good, or at least the best of loot. Like the fact, though, Malabuka is going to be challenging. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, Malabuka, Merstash, and Falcon, one of our top 8 teams that ended up qualifying from the Challenger. They're at Stevie and already an engagement underway. Falcon will lose his life momentarily, and not going to be a good engagement for him. Merstash takes him down. It's literally the beginning of Chapter 1, Season 1 through 10, World Cup qualifier. And Benji might be dead in that situation. 29 health. Not a good place to be, and he's going to be gone at the moment. Chance to get rebooted a little bit later. Mappy takes him down. Let's just think about that for a second. The fact that Wolfie's, Mitro, and Sir are all on one roster, like, geez, like, that's not even fair, it seems, anyways, with how good they are, but we'll see how this fight is going to unfold. The thing is about fighting off the rip is you're not going to have the healthiest of inventory. Prime example is going to be Mitro, but he has the attack, and that should be enough, and clearly is. And that's going to be Shadow & Co., who's already eliminated. He was the last one immediately from one engagement to yet another, it seems. One guy's dipping. He's on the big berth. He's on the semi-truck. He says, enough is enough, brother. I don't even want to be here. I'm out. Co. are still alive, which they need this. They didn't have the best of games last time, so this is one that they can take to the bank, hopefully. Not bad. They've already eliminated at least one trio. They have 4 eliminations to their name. And also, they're going to be sitting pretty whenever it does come to damage, you'd have to assume, for the Storm Surge. Mr. Savage trying to catch Bloomendale off guard, at least as he's flying in. Doesn't get any attacks, fair enough. Then we'll transfer over to yet another engagement. We've been kind of watching Mitra, Wolfies, and Sir off the rip, right? They started at Slurpee, now they've rotated in, and unfortunately, Wolfies will fall, but he's going to be quite all right for the time being.
Might have been one of those stray sniper shots that you're always talking about, coming in from across the map, and you can hear the AR tags as well. CRR is just waiting for that moment to get the siphon for his teammate. I do believe it might have been Mitro, could have been Wolfies as well. I actually think it was Wolfies. Perfect timing, great plays. It had to come through with communication as well. They're jump padding into zone. CRR just gets chunked out. Mitro, though, he's going to have all that health. I do believe they have a chug cannon as well, so it's not too much to worry about if they can find themselves close together, reunited once more.
Things are going to start getting compacted from this point forward.
Oh,
Nitro's
no.
down. They haven't been able to catch a break. Sir also down to 60. And I don't even think the Chug Cannon at this point is really going to help. So unfortunate. Oh, no, is he right into a box of somebody else? He's going to be able to get some tags, though. With the attack, the player won't even turn around. Sir is able to get a lot of damage, but not the elimination. And Wolfie's last alive, actually not at all. And that trio, playing that low ground warrior, running into constant trios, it's going to be an impossible task.
Yeah, I like how he's still taking shots on these players, scaring them off. Some of these players might not necessarily know that he's running around as a solo. He's looking for that jump pad to recycle. That way he doesn't have to use any. It's going to be a nice little short pad as he's going to be able to bypass everybody and squeak his way towards the front side of zone, but he's doing it as a solo. 290 mats. He's going to have to figure out a way to get some sort of a refresh or recycle as many builds as he can while giving away his position with that chug cannon. You can easily become a target. So the more you move in like this, they're going to notice you're rotating by yourself as another team forced to use that jump pad. They're not going to be able to steal away the high ground, and that's where you have that player staying towards the back line. We've seen it in our semis already to go ahead and protect the team from any jump padders.
Buckmienko getting within safety. Kiko here up top with Scram. Ultimate high ground, you know you got to benefit them and really favor them unless maybe a rogue player from a launch pad ends up jumping in. Mr. Savage said it was going to be an impossible task to stay alive. Jump right down to 7 health. He's also going to be within a storm, and a storm is going to take his life ultimately. I think there was Airwalks who picked up that elim, if I'm not mistaken, from the elimination feed, but a couple of players on that high ground. You gotta really benefit the trio up top, Jacob, and I can't believe Storm Surge is still taking effect. This is a tightly contested in-game, more so than even in game 1.
Yep, trying to break through the rails. Mongo's been in this situation before. He's not panicking here. Reunites with their trios. I hear some fireflies going off as well. These can prove so detrimental towards the end game where everybody's running out of those hard maps and they're forced to build in wood. Storm Surge is active as well. Plenty of players taking on that damage, but you can see some of those players are not necessarily getting aggressive trying to go for the Storm Surge. They're just trying to survive, hoping their opposition gets eliminated, trying to make this rotation. You see Aiden falling to BL in the kill feed. Jerky gets a kill as well. Agwe, Team Janice finding another elimination, and look at him, 12 eliminations as a team. That's 24 points alone.
Oogway, Janice, and Hin definitely tearing it up. Might be one of our top eliminating trios that we've seen, at least so far to date. I think 12 is what we've seen earlier, but maybe we'll see a little bit more from this trio here. I know Save It is obviously a crowd favorite at the moment. We kind of caught a glimpse of them. The trio's still alive, still doing well, but we'll see after the dust settles. Once this moving zone is over with, we go into the second. Who is going to be up and who's going to be down? Quakemay is going to be finish off airwalks as well. Lanoop also gone. So a lot of solid contenders being at least eliminated. One of our qualifier teams still there with Orb. They obviously placed 4th last time. Let's see if they can do even better this time. They're well on their way to doing so. Just 7 trios remaining, 14 players. And Hit is going to find an elimination onto Scram. He's going to fall off. Now another player's going to be there. Nice wall at it, and that's going to take down yet another. And that's going to add, what, 4, 8 plus 7? An insane game coming out from the Guild Boys.
Yeah, Turkish Trio is able to hold high ground throughout the entirety of this one. I don't know when that moment came where they were able to steal it away, possibly come through from a jump pad, but you see them slowly going down low. All this action, so many kills being cleaned up. It's a 3v2. 2 trios here towards the end game. Everything on the line. It's got to be that way. Trulex and Turkey's team, they're going down low. They're at a disadvantage in terms of man advantage. They don't have the heals, so they have to get aggressive here. They will not win this heal off, and they get tagged. Turkey goes down. A side shot coming through from Agwe, and they take game number 2. The information, peeking through the cones, popping a window, closing it, just so you can know where players are positioned at. That way you know the information where as soon as that zone pulls, I know the situation north, I know the situation south, east, and west. I know exactly what I need to do as soon as it pops, rather than waiting until the zone pops, and then you're trying to peek through, figure out the rotation. You want to give yourself as much time as possible, but those pesky snipers, they take down Mongrel just for now as his teammates are trying to be the hero. They forgot about him for a moment, but let's get you into that box, big boy. Let's get you up.
It's so fascinating, right, to just see the varying levels of tension that takes place. Like your low guard warriors just fighting, just brutally fighting. Meanwhile, Chapman's going their high rise. You know, they're looking, they're fishing for eliminations. They're fishing for those players, maybe those tags, but it's just fascinating to see the different tension levels that take place from kind of, you know, screen to screen, trio to trio. Like this trio, they're chilling. They're chilling for the most part. Yeah, but they do have to rotate quite hard.
Ooh, yeah, okay, I would say they're going to pad. They're getting that short pad to make sure they're not in the sky. Oh, but they're getting attacked from a bottom. They can't necessarily short pad. Now the enemy team expects this one coming. Going ahead and trying to use that hard match to make it a little bit safer. Yes, now it's going through. There goes the short pad, trying to get ahead of zone, trying to bypass all of these teams that are looking to make them a target, trying to win their second game of the G2, get the cash cup to put themselves back into first place, but their backs are up against zone here. They have to continue moving forward. It looks like they're going to make a play for the high ground at the same time, or maybe stay on this mid layer.
Good job from Vadiel to be able to just carp over if you possibly can. Oh, finds a player on the flank, trying to just take that side swipe angle. Either way, going to be sitting pretty. Trio still full force. Well, I say full force, but Resin obviously going to be having a tough time. And you also have Noah Riley, who I think has been separated as well, so they're not going to be one cohesive unit at the point. But look at Janice at the top. Janice and Chapix and Hint also have that high ground. They had high ground in game 2. They were victorious. Maybe they can replicate the success here.
Got Wakey. That was a solo, picking up a lot of points in game number 1, trying to stay ahead of zone. CBL, Cammy, Peak, and Seti moving forward as well. The zone's going to go ahead and pull the other direction, so nobody really having the advantage. Multiple downs. This is where a ton of players are going to get wiped out of this lobby. Who can survive? Another short pad going off just at the right time. Almost lands in the player's box. That would have definitely been crucial for Mongrel, but he escapes to live and fight another day. He finds the target. One of our qualifier players, he goes down. Mongrel is not going to be able to pick up that kill, though, so no siphon or refresh for you. He actually does let that one come through. Didn't see the kill feed for that moment. It's going so fast. It's so action-packed. 13 trios remain.
Back on top, though, we're going to look at Hin, Janice, and Chapix. An opportunity to take a big win is obviously here. My favorites to take this round, especially with their high ground positioning. Everybody else forced to scrap it out down low. I don't know how this is going to play out. Someone looking, maybe they want to overtake high ground, take that middle ground, but good tag is going to be 36. Obviously, that player now has to be spooked. He doesn't want to fully commit, and that is going to be a knock, but not, or no, excuse me, Chapix is going to get that knock onto Vino. It's going to be yet another one. And you also have Noah Riley picking up one himself. Quakemay is going to pick up. Teak is going to fall. Janice picks up yet another. My goodness, what, 6 eliminations once again from 20 from game 2, now over towards 6 in game 3. Dropping down just a little bit, though. And 10 trios remain. Make that 9, 17 players as Janice picks up yet another one.
Yep. one of our qualifier teams as well, Orb. They've been consistent so far in this tournament. They make it, once again, I do believe, into the top 8 towards the end game. Wakey's trying to watch his back. They get a knock onto one player. They get the cleanup. Resources through the roof for them. They get the jump pad as well. They can make a late game high play to try to steal away from Janus and Chapix. It's all about firing off at the right time to make this one perfect, as everyone is still battling to get through these builds, both low ground and high ground, as Janus is still sitting at the top of the mountain, firing down over 400 AR shots at one point or another. Both of those players fall. Thanks to Janus, Quentin towards the back line. They're just forcing every single player down. They could go back to back.
SD forced to go in as well, and I do believe he takes out Quentin. Quentin is going to fall. Merstash also in the mix of things. Of course, you have this trio, so strong, Chapman, Janus, as well as Hin picking up the eliminations, dropping down low. It's going to be a 40 shield tag, taking a 10 damage, but will Hin be able to pick up the final remaining players? You'd have to assume so. Full trio against a full trio. 2 squads remain. At this point, for Chapix and Co, they've already been successful. The second place is going to be beneficial, especially after their heroic first game. Chapix drops low. Wake is going to pick up a nice tag. Who's going to drop down to the level and challenge this trio head on? That's going to be the biggest question. One player should fall here, and that is in fact going to be Hin. So now it's going to be a full trio versus a duo. Wakey's got the chug cannon, trying to heal up as much as he can. Chapix up top.
Coming down to the wire. Janus, Chapix, 2v3 situation. Janus is stuck down low. They're taking a little bit of Swarm's tag. Chapix lands a big one, but he gets taken out. Wakey, the Cryptos, and Squeeze.
Slurpee, you know, and for good reason, because that's where a lot of the early engagements are taking place. Of course, Corny too, Steamy. Now, this is the first time, now, actually not the first time, but let me let this play out. So Mr. Savage and Dread and Repscar do get finished off.
All fighting, and they're going to be eliminating each other. So we talked about some of these qualifier teams, some of these more unknown players. They have an opportunity to jump to the top of the leaderboard here in a few short moments. Obviously, Janus, Wakey, they're sitting at the top as well, playing it safe, but not a part of this fight is Benjifish, taken piece by piece under his control. Big 90 shot. He's going to have to slow down just for a few moments to get his shield right back up. But overall, this fight is not going to end until one team is in the ground.
When you put it that way, Jacob, it's pretty intimidating, but that's the truth, right? I mean, they're not going to back off this, and quite honestly, too much has already been committed to back off. It just wouldn't make sense unless they're so far away from zone, but they're not. They're all relatively close. Does Benjifish try to get away here? Oh, they are. They're dipping. They're gone. They don't want to fight this. I mean, really, honestly, every single game, it seems as if the leastly contested area is where the half and half is going to be, and that's what I'm saying. It might be new meta just to go ahead and rotate where you see the fewer teams are currently at, because that's normally where half and half is going to be. I cannot believe how many players are going to be having to rotate across not only the water, but across each other. It's normal, they're used to that, but we're about to lose so many players as they rotate into half and half. I guarantee we're at 51, and we might lose 10 or 15.
Yep.
Curious where they'll be after this game is over with. It seems like everybody's kind of established themselves within the zone so far, just outside of Lazy. And think about those buildings and those come into play, especially right, the natural. Creative and try and use one of those buildings inside of Lazy for the rotation. We'll find out very shortly, and there it is. They're going to be going straight through Lazy. And it's funny for Chapix and his team. You know, they land over here. They pretty much have been over here the entire time, and they really have had to go nowhere. It's almost been a perfect game for them.
Yep. There's going to be a lot of covers here that it's going to be much harder to break through rather than if it was one of these players placing the piece down. So they have to be very, very careful where the rotation does come through. Janus, Hen, and Chapix, they're towards the side. Many trios above and below. And here we go. Lechi as well. They're going to get that front side of zone. They're going to get a little bit of this high ground as well. So they're going to have the sky view being able to shoot down on some of these players. But there's only one team that is above them. That was the team we saw just moments ago as they're trying to get as many mats as possible. They know how depleting this rotation is going to be. Kylie's going to be the front runner, tunneling in for the team, and that's where they're spreading the love, giving the mats out so he doesn't run out. But the high ground, game number 1, Victor, Resin, Badil, and Noah Riley sitting strong at the top.
Leshy obviously on your screen, top right, playing with Kylie and Co, and this is the moment that everybody's waiting for. I know they're always asking, is Leshy still live? Well, yes, he is, and now he's on your screen, an opportunity to make some big moves happen. As you said, Noah Riley, though, bottom right. And then on the left, we get the over-encompassing view of all the madness that is going down. It is amazing. We've only lost 5 players since the moving zone started, but again, that goes to a testament to how good these players are, and man, taking a lot of damage there from the fall. But either way, business as usual up top from Noah Riley. We'll see what they're going to be able to do. And honestly, this is a rare sight because normally we're seeing him, Janice, and Chapman's with that high ground, but unfortunately they don't have it. They're still alive. And an opportunity to have a good game is here, but Hannah's in trouble.
Definitely in trouble. Takes a big tag, gets dropped into the box. Janice and Chapman are going to have to forget about him and keep on going forward. They reunite with each other in the same box, but they only have to take this moment as they're trying to get their shield and HP back up. Janice doesn't have any extra minis, but that first cannon's going to be behind him. He runs out of mats as well. He's trying to stop, pop that med kit to get his HP back up because traversing through all this battlefield without any HP. As you see Mongo there, sitting in the zone, trying to pop a mini. He's getting attacked right now, taking a ton of storm surge damage. Kylie goes down as well. Jaffic takes a big shot from above. He's trying to get the siphon on this player. He does go down to the zone. It's all up to Janice, popping that med kit. He's going to go ahead and sacrifice this damage. So he sacrificed the damage so that all these competitors can go past him, and he has about 100 HP, but is he going to get it? He barely gets it off.
Oh my gosh. No way Janice is doing this right now.
Smart play.
Popping another
5,000 IQ.
Going for the refresh, 5,000 IQ, as you just said. He needs this elimination. This is for a big game, and Janice will fall. And who was that ended up getting the elimination? I think it was Shadow. By the way, him was taken down by Leshy just a little bit earlier. So just to kind of show you how closely contested things are starting to be, and yet it was Shadow confirmed over in the elimination feed. 15 players, now 14, 9 trios remaining. And Mongo's just on the bottom ground low ground, just kind of chilling behind a tree.
Oh, and I like the idea. He's not chopping down that tree to get mad because it's his only cover towards the low ground. He has just been gifted the RNG there, cleaning up another player's loot. Gets the map, but he only has 9 builds he can place. Somebody's trying to get the HP. He gets another siphon. He doesn't stop for the chug cannon, though. Only grabs that extra shotgun. He can't stop. He can't rethink about his decisions. He only can continue going forward. 6 teams remain, and one of those teams is Mongrel. He drops. He gets taken out. Stomp is still alive. Fast Roki, they're trying to make it happen. Wade, he's getting taken down. He's not Fast Roki, taking a ton of damage to the storm. 6 HP and a dream remain as Resin is doing what he can. Fadil, Noah Riley looking like they're the front runners. 3v1 opportunity here. They have the high ground. They have the low ground. They have them surrounded here. It's only a matter of time before they break through and pick up this final elimination, but he's doing everything he can. He's not going down without a fight, but it doesn't matter. Game number 1 victors do it again here in game number 4.
How many times can you try to disengage? Mr. Savage is angry. At this point, it's just personal.
He closed the door on him. He closed the door. He turned on him. Can he get the elimination? This is at least a point. Gets the cleanup on Savage. He's controlled towards the inside, and he goes down in the end. That was big. He almost got 2 on the red guard.
Yo, honestly, if Mr. Savage and that trio loses that,
oh my!
I would have been speechless because the fact that they chased so hard and W keyed as hard as they did. And again, normally, like they're the ones who are easily running through trios, but that was just a battle. And both of those, well, excuse me, Malibu and Go are in 4th place. They were in 4th place coming into this, so they have a very real chance. But for Mr. Savage and Go, they're really not even within top 8. But that was just a personal fight that they were like, we're tired of being abused by you guys. Now, another one that's tired of being abused is Benji Fish, Wavy Joe. Okay, they're wanting to move in. And Shadow too. But I don't think they're going to be able to. Whoa, when Benji Fish hops into the car with his opponent. No way! It's a drive-by! Yo, Benji Fish is nasty!
I see that all the time. Being able to cast it for the first time is a whole nother experience. They tunneled on that team, and I think the fact that they tunneled them, following them on the jump pad, has saved their life for that moment, but I might have stuck too soon. Benji Fish takes a snipe shot in just a few seconds. He's gonna get right back up. But
all 3 of them are still up. We're talking about the struggles they were having in Cordy Complex, so it's nice to see them making an adjustment. I don't know if they go to Cordy Complex. We didn't have a chance to peek in on that because there was a lot of action taking place in Stevie and Dirty Docks, but and even Slurpee, right? Because Slurpee, we saw quite a few eliminations coming through there, but it's nice to see them back into the fold today, or at least I think because they're a talented roster. Saved it though, nice shot, but also taking a little bit of damage, forced retreat. And Bravela, he has in fact been eliminated, so it's up to Mongrel, it's up to Sagan, and Sagan looks like he might be eliminated very shortly.
Yeah, I would say lucky for him. He has that chug cannon, but he's towards the edge of zone. It looks like he's trying to get forced out. Reunites with Mongrel. And I think that's what the trio does best in these situations. After that bad game number 1, they're doing a good job of, even though they get separated in a fight, when push comes to shove and they have to get back to another, they waste no time reuniting as a duo or trio in some cases to keep themselves alive, to keep them in contention. You saw 24th, then they were end up in 11th, and now they're in 6th place. They're trying to get themselves into the money, doing every single thing they can, but they are 92 below Storm Surge. I might have spoke too soon, 160 above Storm Surge, and that's not a lot. That is not a lot, as you see it's being dwindled down by the second.
Pushed down by the second, indeed. I mean, of course, there's so much action taking place, you can't assume that it's going to be enough for yourself. See who's going to be on that high ground position. Quackame, actually, this is the first time Quackame, Jerky, and Co. have, in fact, had the high ground, at least to my knowledge, Jacob, so we might be seeing a new victor.
Have to be careful, and that's why you see them always keeping any team that has the high ground so far in this finals. They always have one player trailing back so far, basically hugging the zone. That way they can contest and put everybody down that's trying to make a play for that high ground, as they're just straight lining in the zone. And they're on such a good layer right now. Most of the builds are theirs, as you see them trying to keep forward, trying to take some shots, but it moves again. I will say they do have that front portion of the zone, but now they're trying to travel back through those builds. They're trying to go to the dead side of what that small circle is and see if they can go through unscathed.
Go through unscathed, but I think that's the mindset for everybody at this point. Quackame trying to destroy any of the builds down below so we can get a clean line of sight. And sometimes, you know, I hate on the epic pistol, but for Jerky, I guess that's what he's got. He's going to put it to good use if he can. But 35 health, he's going to be eliminated and gone. That refresh going in. Quackame, you got to be there, and he's going to get a nice shot onto Red Rush and pick up the elimination. Very well done, but the job's not over with just yet, but maybe shortly as he gets another great tag. Window edit's going to be coming through. He also takes over the wall, triangles in, but he gets finished. Oh, man, it's going to be able to pick up that Elam. Plus a second as he falls down. Things are getting chaotic. Players are falling left and right. We've got 30 people left.
No shields, but they do have a dream. The first place team right now doing a good job of staying alive from the mid round, like I said early on. Most of their big games came from having everybody alive and playing through the high ground. His captain stops for a minute, ready to max out so he can get his HP back up with those shields. This one is coming down to the wire. Mongrel trying to find his way into the zone, but he has enemies waiting for him. He does have that chug cannon, but he has to fight all at the same time. Mongrel save it, and Rifle is out of this game. Janice and Chapix get one step closer to getting a bigger lead into first place, but like I said, it's only them two alive. He drops down into a box. They get one elimination. They are keeping themselves going. They are on fire.
Absolutely on fire, without question. Also, you got to mount to the eliminations that they currently have. They're sitting in a total of 4. That's going to be 8 points, but more to be gained, more to be gathered, and they still are too strong. High ground, no worries. They could care less. They're going to make the best of the situation that they are currently in, Jacob, but it's not going to be any easier because you're also taking damage from up top, and you're down to just wood build. So, not the best of situations, but at least they are still alive. We're going to see teams just desperately trying to get as forward as they possibly can, but up top, we have a new trio. Bloomingdale's going to be up there, and Vito, I believe, as well. So, this is going to be interesting to see who's going to take the victory route, earn the $750, and get that much closer to the money.
Final 6 trios remain, 12 players. You see everybody still popping those shots, and this team down low is looking like they're escaping all of this action that's going on above them. I see Chapix going down to the kill feed. Janice falls as well. I do think that trio was eliminated. We're down to our final 4 teams. 8 players remain. Only HP on the SETI. That was a much-needed siphon. Now if he can find a moment to get his minis off, but he gets tagged from above, the action will continue. Final 3 teams remain. Only 6 players at the end of this one. DQ with the turn, and Burn taking out Fast Rogi. Dropped on again. That was a Bafo, Svino, and Boom that take game number 5.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I just seen somebody kind of launch pad over. Somebody in the box of Janice and Co. Say it ain't so. Yes, there is. Are you kidding me? That is not the box you want to go into, my guy. Not the fight you need, and that's Benji Fish of all people.
Everybody just kind of jump padding around them. And I do believe Lecce is going to be one of those trios that has the high ground for now, but they're going to have to be careful how they play this. They're at the high ground at the top of a mountain. Look at where Zone goes, across the river towards Lazy, so they're going to have to be very, very careful. In fact, most of these trios have to be very careful. A lot of them are going to be looking to recycle some jump pads or use their own if they have it. For the ones that are on foot, good luck to you.
Yeah, honestly, right. Just not going to be easy. And it's funny that this is, in fact, the final zone. Teak. You know, Teak, we haven't talked much about Seti, Kemi, as well as Teak, but the fact is they are, in fact, in 4th place, and with 3rd place already being eliminated, they can overtake and place in the money if they play this properly. But the only thing I'm worried about, they don't have any eliminations yet, and top 13 is not going to be enough. So they need to step it up, pick up some more elims, place high, and they can take over Noah Riley and Co. in 3rd.
Yep, see some people asking about Airwalk. Saw him in the kill feed for a moment, but I saw him again! And this time, I don't want to say I cursed him, but he is taken out by Not Bad Sniper. Another one of chat's favorites here in this one. A few of those guys want to see him, but towards the high ground, Lecce again, but they're being contested. Kylie goes down. They're being separated as well. I don't see Lecce anywhere, but I do see one of his teammates who's trying to waterfall down, keep his team's hopes alive into this one as the majority of the lobby is funneled down low. You see a short pad as well, and you see one from the high ground, one of our qualifier teams, everybody doing what they can to stay alive as this one goes up ground once more. It was at the edge of Lazy Lake towards the bottom, but now it's going up the mountain right next to Lazy Lake.
And I know TQ as well was going up the mountain, so there's an opportunity. We see 4th place go against 1st place relatively soon. Now you got 2nd place right on the hills as well, so things are getting tense. Deceptos needs to stay alive in this moment. Again, so close to overtaking the 1st place position, but unfortunately taking a lot of damage. He's got 15 cabbages for what it's worth, but I don't know if he's going to have time to even pop those. Oh, the tree makes things awkward, but he does break through. Player's going to be in this box just below. An opportunity to take a mini is there. He gets it. Teammate just beside him.
Cabbages.
At least I thought so. His Squeeze is still alive. I can't believe it. He's got like 1 HP.
He has some cabbages to go around. That'll definitely get you back up if you have the timing to do it. Decepto drops. He takes some damage from below, gets separated from the rest of his team. Depending on if he can reunite with them, he's stuck on the low ground. His shields are off as well. You see Chapix and Janice navigating through all that chaos. They get separated as well, and this is going to be hard for them to survive. A total of less than 50 HP and shields combined for Janice. No builds either, only 2 total pieces he can go ahead and look for. He gets a shot onto one player, looking for the siphon. That's a big knock, gets the refresh as well, and this is an opportunity. He actually doesn't get the siphon, doesn't get the refresh. It's all up to you, Chapix.
It's all up to Chapix. Top 6, though. I think this is enough to hold on to 1st place. Oh my gosh, 1 HP. 1 HP in a dream. And I guess that dream is dead. But I believe they still hold on to 1st place. On top, though, once again, from game to game, back-to-back games, indeed, is going to be Jerky & Co. is going to be up top, and TQ down low. And again, TQ needs this elimination. He needs to survive, and he doesn't. We're down to trio versus trio action.
That was literally them staying alive. Could have taken 3rd place away from Noah Riley and their trios. Trulex going forward, connecting his build so they don't get knocked down towards the high ground. This is a trio versus trio. 3v3 going down. You might as well call it a rager because there's definitely $750 on the line for this victory royale. Kwakame, he's going to drop down in the zone. He's taking the tags. He's going to fall. It's all up to Jerky and Trulex. They're doing what they can to stay ahead. Popping a med kit towards the low ground. It is going to be a 3v1. I do believe it's all up to Jerky. No, it's a 2v2. It's all up to you at the top. He's going to pop the med kit, but can he drop down? He has to get these eliminations. He's not going to be able to pop the med kit and go to a heal off. He has to figure out a way to create some separation, but there's no builds. They can drop him down at a moment's notice, and it'll be game over. There goes the build. There goes the shot, and he clutches it. Jerky clutches it. He comes down on top to take the game.
Hin, Janice, and Chapix hold on, and in fact, not only hold on, but thrive. 213, 178 then at the bottom there for Deceptos, Wakey & Co., and then Seti, Kemi, and TQ. They make it happen. That late game run ended up paying off dividends, and they round us off at 3rd.